Good morning. Ira Epstein of Lynn & Associates with your morning flash update for this Friday, the last trading day of March, the last day of the quarter. That's the 31st, 2017, about 9:20 a.m. Central Daylight Time. All right. The NASDAQ continues the poster child of strength. In fact, I believe it's the best start, this best quarter, the first quarter of a year in what I was reading, 5 years. So pretty powerful performance, but that's not really spilled over into the Dow or the S&P. Those markets are much weaker, and of course the Russell's even weaker than that. Gold market pretty much unchanged today. Silver continues to gain on it. Copper down a little bit, and you do know, if you get my reports, it appears that Indonesia has reached an accord at this point with Freeport to allow the Grasberg mine for 6 months to operate. And during that time, everybody's going to negotiate their positions and see what can happen. So that's one way to solve a problem. But between the Escondida mine and Grasberg coming on, that's 10% of the world's production back online. A little bit of pressure there. On the energy sector, not an awful lot one way or the other. This market is just, if you will, going back and forth right here, trying to figure out at this point in time what to do with the crude. But the gasoline staying well bid, and as you know, I keep reminding you, turn on your radio. If you got a talk show radio, if you're like in Chicago, here's the best place to buy your gasoline. Gasoline prices up. You know what they're saying. That's the seasonal move. Now, where the craziness of the day is going to be in the grain market. That market will go on fire, I think, at 11 o'clock, depending on what the crop planting intentions look like. They're going to get ending stocks. We're going to see what the world ending stocks look like, and we're going to get U.S. ideas on planted acres. And boy, that could set this market off any which way because beans have been breaking so hard. So we'll see if the farmers are making a switch. A lot of talk is, farmers will throw token acres at it. But in talking to my sources, let's assume you got an 8,000 acre farm. You're not going to throw 500 acres. You might throw 1,500. You might throw 2,000, but it doesn't pay for a small token amount, and that's what we're going to look to see there. Now, University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index came out today, 96.9 versus an expected 97.5, a bit weaker than the market was looking for. Current conditions down a little bit also, and expectations index 86.5, so. The Chicago PMI came out at 57.7, better than the expected 57. And in the personal income and spending recap, well, you can see about where the markets were thinking. No big changes there. Now, if you look at retail sales in Europe in February, they were up 1.8% from the previous month, and that was way higher than the expectations of 0.7 month to month. Then in the seasonally adjusted joblessness, it fell 30,000 compared to the 17,000 slide in February, and they had been looking only for a 10,000 drop, so that's 3 times the amount. The CPI in France was up a little bit here, nothing big to talk about. Let me step back here to get you the rest of this. The UK's fourth quarter was up 0.7 quarter-to-quarter basis, but I don't know what we can say about the UK right now as Brexit's begun. They've been doing fine for this 6-month period or so since that vote, and the country hasn't backed off the way that people thought it was going to back off, and I think that that's important. And Eurostat data released today said that the region's CPI was up 1.5%. Against the 1.8% gain and down from February. That is still the problem that is haunting the European Central Bank. Can they get prices to grab and hold? Can they get inflation to pick up or not? Obviously, crude oil isn't going to help them, and it's one of the numbers they do weigh very heavy, and that's because it's just sort of stuck here at $50 a barrel, not moving up or down. Want to remind you about our research. This is going to be important to you. Why, you say, and let me explain why. You're going to get that grain report today. If you're a grain trader or a meat trader, you're going to want to see that. Cotton boys, you're going to want to see this. And our staff, believe me, the research they do and how fast it's going to come at you, their analysis, in-depth, it's something you're going to want to see not only today, but read over the weekend because they really are, well, the Lynn & Associates, they're known for their grain business. I, of course, am very heavy into the currency markets, the financials, the metal markets, so I bring that to you as well. So between everything we cover in this company, and believe me, we have guys here. I'm one person with 45 years. Most of my brokers that are with me, the vast majority have over 20, 25 years with me or experience in this game. So we don't just bring a little bit to it, and when we write stuff we think you'll like to see. To get a free trial, call us. Go to our website. You'll see a carousel of free offers. You can click right up here if you're watching me on YouTube. You'll see the icon. Click there, sign up for it, and you'll see the other free offerings that we have as well. I'm Ira Epstein. Talk to you later this afternoon. You have a great trading day.